Assalamu alaikum. I'm Luqman Qaida and this is 𝐂𝐸𝐲𝐸 Academy. In today's episode, inshallah, we will discuss letter th. Stay tuned.
𝐂𝐸𝐲𝐸 Academy.
This is just to remind you that we are using Al-Minhaj book, the 𝐂𝐸𝐲𝐸 Academy book. Okay, so in the last episodes we discussed the first letter, okay, letter alif, the first Arabic letter, and the letter ba, the second Arabic letter, and the letter ta, which we discussed in the last class. In the last episode we discussed letter ta. Okay, so today inshallah we will explain letter ta in detail. Okay, as we know, we discuss the letters through the 4 questions, the point of articulation and how to pronounce it, it's heavy or light, the counterpart of this letter in English, and lastly the common mistakes when pronounce this letter. Okay, so letter th, what is the point of articulation of letter th and how to pronounce it? And again we said that these are 2 different points, the points of articulation and how to pronounce it. They are not the same point, they are 2 different points. The points of articulation, the organs that we are used to pronounce this letter, but how to pronounce this letter is how we use this organ to pronounce this letter. So now I will say the letter th, and your role, my dear students, is to discover by yourself what is the point of articulation of letter th and how we pronounce it. So th, 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 thi, thu, th, th. So what is the point of articulation of letter th? This is the first question. The answer is the tongue. The tongue is the point of articulation of letter th. Tongue, we pronounce the letters using other than tongue. Yes, sometimes we use lips, such as letter ba, letter waw, letter mim. These all letters used are based on the lips, ba, ba, ba. But here in th, we are using tongue. So let's move now to the second part of this question to clarify this point 100%, which is how to pronounce letter th. I want you to remember first what we said in the last episode, that the tongue, if we imagined here that we have, this is the head and this is the mouth and the tongue is here. Okay, we said that we have the top part and the middle part and the back part, the top part which is nearest to the mouth. Okay, now you see the top part has the tip, which is the first part of the top part of the tongue. It's called the tip of the tongue, which is this part. This is called the tip of the tongue. This tip of the tongue touches the bottom edge of the upper 2 front incisors. The bottom edge, which is this part, the bottom edge of the 2 upper incisors. So it will be like this. The tip of the tongue touches the edge of the upper 2 front incisors, the bottom edge of the upper 2 front incisors. Th. Okay, we have here a very common saying when we pronounce letter th. Some people say letter th, when we pronounce it, you have to stick the tip of your tongue or you have to stick the tongue out. This is a common saying. We pronounce letter th, ذال and va by sticking the tip of the tongue out or by sticking the tongue out like this, th. But this is to say the accurate pronunciation. We have to say the tip of the tongue, use the bottom edge of the upper 2 front incisors. Th. This is more accurate than saying in general sticking the tip of the tongue out. Okay, this is a very important note. We have to make the tip of the tongue touch the bottom edge of the upper two front incisors to pronounce letter th. Th. Okay. So now let's move to the next question, which is this letter is heavy or light? Letter th is heavy or light letter? Again and again, we said when we say this letter is heavy or light, the translation is the back of the tongue will be raised or not. So if it's raised, it will be heavy. If it's not raised, it will be light. This letter, which is letter th, is a light letter. Th, which means that the back of the tongue will not be raised. Th. Okay, and this is, I think, one of the easiest Arabic sounds or letters. Okay, so let's move to the third question, which is what is its counterpart? Its counterpart, let's discover it together. As you can see on the screen, th. It's the counterpart of this letter is th, but we have two sounds for th in English. We have here th and we have here another th. The first th, the th on as in the word the, and the second th, the th as in the word thanks. Okay, like thank you. Okay, so now I will ask you which th we mean here. The first th, which is the th of the definite article the, or the th as in the word thank you. Okay, the th as in the word thank you is the correct answer. Th as in the word thank you. Okay, so this is the counterpart of this letter in English, and we say the counterparts in English as a kind of making easier for you to pronounce it. So th. Okay, this is the counterpart of this letter. So we can summarize these 2 points by saying that this letter is a light letter, and also we can say a tongue letter because the tip of the tongue touches the edge of the bottom two the bottom edge of the front two incisors, the upper front two incisors. And as we said, it's a common saying, you have to stick your tongue out. So we have to say, we can say this is a tongue letter for this clarification. So it's a light and tongue letter. So this letter is light tongue letter. So this is the letter th. It's a light letter, and the counterpart is th as in the word thanks. Okay, the next point is what are the common mistakes when we pronounce letter th? Actually, one of the common mistakes when pronouncing letter th is making like letter sin. Yes, making like letter sin. Okay, so the question here, how this happened? How letter th is converted from letter th to letter sin? This happens when you don't make the tip of the tongue touch the bottom edge of the upper two front incisors. When the tip of the tongue go back, you will find letter sin. An example for this, the word فَكَثَّرَكُمْ. This is the correct pronunciation of this word, فَكَثَّرَكُمْ. Some people doesn't make the tongue in this situation, so the letter sin will result in. So you'll say فَكَثَّرَكُمْ 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 فَكَثَّرَكُمْ. They will not make the tip of the tongue touch the bottom edge of the upper two front incisors like this. فَكَثَّ فَكَثَّ فَكَثَّرَكُمْ فَكَثَّرَكُمْ. No, they will make the tip of the tongue go back. So this is what will result in فَكَثَّرَكُمْ. So will result in whether a clear letter sin or a mixing between letter sin and letter th. فَكَثَّرَكُمْ. This is a clear letter sin, or a mixing like this. فكثركم. Okay, but the correct pronunciation is فكثركم. فكثركم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-A'raf, واذكروا إذ كنتم قليلا فكثركم فكثركم فكثركم. Yes, and to pronounce this letter correctly without mistakes, it needs practicing and practicing and practicing. Practice makes perfect, as they said. Okay, so I think now this is the end of our discussion today of letter th. So in the next episode, inshallah, we will go to the next letter, which is letter Jim, which is the fifth letter in the fifth part. So stay tuned, and if you have any question of today's letter, which is letter th, just write it in a comment below, and inshallah I will answer to all of your questions. So stay tuned. Now we came to the end of this episode. So if you want to follow up the next episodes, consider subscribing. Also, if you want a qualified Quran tutor, whether for yourself or your kids, we are providing online Quran classes. Don't forget to check out our app. See you inshallah in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum.
𝐭𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬 Academy. Learn and enjoy.